Alright, hi, this is Kotz. A little bit of a different setup, no cam today, I'm literally melting away. But I wanna do a short video which honestly is long overdue since this thing has been out for over 24 hours now. But I still wanna give some thoughts on the Nostophobia weekly, which I think is one of the best weeklies we've ever gotten. But I wanna discuss it a little bit more because I've seen a lot of discourse on like social media and whatnot that, this seems to be a very divisive weekly overall, which I can understand why, but I want to get a little bit more into it, why I think it's such a good weekly concept, and why I think we should encourage the devs to do more shit like that. So, what is Nostophobia? Because it doesn't really say it if you hover over it, it gives you just a bit of flavor text. So essentially what this weekly does is it stripes away a lot of the gameplay, which in theory, if I put it that way, sounds horrible, but let's get into it what it does first and foremost. It removes your loadout entirely, no matter what you bring, so it's basically having no rigs, no amps variator. It also strips away most of the items you find in the trial. The only thing you find is batteries and bandages. You find nothing else. Not even the secret room is existent on like the main trial maps that you have. But also you have no traps at all, so you can enjoy poison the medicine or any Franco trial for that matter without, the laser traps or like any mines or whatsoever, which is a very unique twist. There's also no psychosis, which is hilarious because that means in Grind the Bad Apples you can YOLO pipes, which is interesting to say the very least. And there are also no special X-pop enemies, so there's no pusher, no pitcher, no Jäger, no nothing like that. If you hear like the insertion gate in like a trial happening, for example in what's a good example, like stash contraband or eliminate the past, where like the prime asset spawns in every once in a while, you always know it's the prime asset. So it removes also a bunch of the RNG happening. And there's probably something else I just forgot. Yeah, battery life is like very, very short overall as well, to like encourage you to use up batteries. So yeah, essentially how I described it right now, with probably one thing missing now, because every single time I got asked in chat what the hell Nostophobia does, I always forgot like one thing. So I probably forgot one thing now as well. But yeah, as I described it right now, it really, really sounds like this just removes shit from the game, right? So it should be pretty bad. In my opinion though, what this does essentially is put a twist on the Outlast gameplay, whatever, which weeklies cannot really replicate at all most of the times, which, probably one of the few that really did it are like some high difficulty stake ones, like the Humbling or Back to Square One or shit like that in the past. But other than that, most weeklies we had don't really replicate this thing. But, this one very much does so, because not only do you have advantages with this weekly, which again, I wanna preface it, this is not the hardest difficulty weekly, but the main reason why I think it's so good is because it is very unique in what it does. Because not only do you have technically advantages that you only have to worry about the enemies, because traps are non-existent except for like sound traps, which are only useful with enemies nearby, and psychosis isn't a threat, so you have to focus on the enemies. But also you are stripped away as well. You can literally not harm any enemy whatsoever. The only way you could technically do it, if you want to be very, very technical, is like push enemies by closing a door on them, but that's not really harming them, right? You don't have bricks or bottles to like throw it at them. You don't have your rig available as well. So essentially this strips you away to like the pure Outlast 1, Outlast 2 experience, which was definitely the goal of this weekly. I keep saying it weekly, but now it's called routine therapy because they can like last for multiple weeks, which this one does. If you look at the task, like this says 5 days now, like it lasts a week, but like in tasks they last like for 2 weeks total. So this one lasts like for 2 weeks. That's why they're called routine therapies now. But yeah, in this one right here, you are pretty much very defenseless, just like the old games. Also, I have a sneaky suspicion that they put in more pouncers, which is fucking evil, because most of the times you are more or less just using hiding spots or running away. But yeah, the main reason, again, which is like the point of the discussion, is because it spices up the game to a point where it feels very different to play. Like, think about the other weeklies. Like, let's look at the two other weeklies we got this season. We got Exit Rush Weekly and we got Limited Rig Weekly. Both of these are fair gimmicks, but they do not change the gameplay significantly. Like, for example, the Limited Rig Weekly, it doesn't fucking matter if you don't run a rig in the first place, or you run a rig that you mostly use like once per trial anyways. For example, if I run Snitch, for example, with mine, most of the times I only use my mine once at the end, so Limited Rig wouldn't do anything if I already have the prepared upgrade, for example. And like Exit Rush can be very spicy, but unless it's something really exotic like poison medicine, most of the times it's like exciting, spicy, but like it's fine. Like imagine like Exit Rush and like Fuel the Release. It doesn't really do anything, right? So compared to like most other weeklies we've ever had, this one actually significantly alters the gameplay. And I get the argument that, it's bad because it only takes away gameplay, which, again, as I said at the beginning, it's like really weird to look at it. But that's what enables it to be unique. And again, one of the good things about this weekly is it's not only spitting in your face. The fact that it also gives you advantages indirectly makes it feel unique. It's not only something like level 1 where it only just spits in your face, or like Naked and Afraid. A lot of people compare this to like Naked and Afraid, which is like very valid because like Naked and Afraid is like no items, no rigs. And you have like the starter items of like one big health, one big battery, and one antidote. So it can be very comparable if you look at it that way. But the thing about Nostophobia is just that it just has advantages as well, which makes it feel stand out. And again, the tasks as well, you really can tell by some of the tasks, no, also like stuff like proper penance, especially, which is a callback to like the most annoying achievement in Outlast 2, that they really wanted to like incinerate the feeling of like the old Outlast games, and they succeeded in that. And funnily enough, a lot of people that dislike the weekly also dislike like the old gameplay style of like the single player games, which is a valid argument to have. Like, I'm not saying that's a wrong opinion, but yeah, all I'm saying is the main reason why I feel that this weekly just succeeds, in my opinion, to give like my opinion on it, is just because of its unique feeling that it like incinerates. Again, I will probably do like challenges videos on that. I already have like an idea. I will probably do that on stream and upload it then as like a video like in time, hopefully, and it won't take long for me to finish the challenge, hopefully. But yeah, I wanna start this as an open discussion though. Like, please let me know in the comments what you think about the weekly, if you agree with me, if you have like another take on it, which I haven't heard yet. Please let me know. Also, consider liking the video and subscribing for more Outlast Trials content in the near future. Again, as I said, I will do like a challenge video on this probably. And also I have finished the No Stamina Countdown Part 3 with like all the Franco trials, which was a bitch to get done. So you can look forward to that in the next few days. And yeah, other than that, have a great rest of your day and take care everyone. Bye bye.